Hi my friend, it's an honor to connect with you this way again. We have so much to catch up on, so let's get right to it. For most of the month of April, it will feel like powerful forces are working behind the scenes, offering empowering energies that can lift us to higher levels of joy, love, well-being, and prosperity. The only thing asked of us is that we pay attention to the opportunities, inner nudges, and outer signs asking us to take the gentle inspired action that can lead us to those higher levels. We are currently moving through a highly active energy cycle. During highly active energy cycles, there's often a great deal of electricity in the air, which is felt most powerfully by those who are sensitive to energy. When this much electricity is in the air, it offers us an excellent opportunity to act towards creating the reality of our choice. This is not the time to sit on the sidelines, watching as life passes us by. Just like the seasons, energy goes through different cycles. Sometimes the energy is in a dormant cycle, and at other times, the energy is in a highly active cycle. Right now, we are in a highly active cycle. Turning up the temperature. When the energetic temperature is turned up as it is right now, it often manifests in our personal lives in ways such as beginning a new project, job, or creative venture, clearing up and resolving past debts, personal, financial, etc. Deciding to move to a new home or location, changes in appetite and eating habits, being more social and making new friends, giving ourselves a healthy outlet to express our creativity, starting a new relationship or rekindling a past or current one, feeling motivated and action-oriented, taking or planning a trip, exercising and being more physically active, a desire to start a new class or course, cleaning or decluttering our living space. If any of these examples sound good to you, now is the time to explore them. Two kinds of action. There are two kinds of action: inspired action and forced action. When we try to take forced action, we usually come up against a great deal of resistance. Making or forcing something to happen often requires that we spend lots of time and energy on something that may not be natural to us. It often feels hard, and requires a great deal of outer control. Many of us grew up being taught that making or forcing something to happen is what brings it to us. We were taught that if we were assertive about making our dreams a reality, we would be rewarded with positive results. We were taught that the harder we worked, the more things we could acquire to make us happy. Even though this method may work temporarily, most of the time it comes with a hefty price, like the disruption of our well-being. When we operate from a space of always trying to make or force something to happen, that usually puts a great deal of pressure and stress on our emotional and mental bodies. Over time, this shows up as an imbalance in our emotional, mental, or physical body. But there is a kind of action that doesn't require us to push so hard, and that is inspired action. When we take inspired action, we do so from a place of awareness, ease, and grace. We become so present to the opportunities and blessings the universe is offering us, that we easily step into them from a place of gratitude. There's no force, control, or pressure needed. With inspired action comes a trust that the universe or our spirit is taking care of us fully. With that trust, we no longer need to oversee or control every specific detail in our lives. We move out of any survival or victim patterns. Taking inspired action is not to be confused with sitting around and waiting for life to make things happen for us. It does, however, mean that we are intentionally choosing to be present and open to the opportunities that come our way. The universe or our spirit is constantly gifting us with new opportunities and blessings that will help us create the kind of life we truly desire. However, when we are focused on the future or dwelling in the past, which most people have been taught to do, we tend to miss what's being presented to us in the present moment. It's in this present moment that we are the most effective, deliberate creator of our lives. Special note: because of the highly active energies right now, it has become very challenging and almost uncomfortable for us to procrastinate, to resist being active. Even if it's as simple as going for a walk outside or moving our body through dance or any kind of aerobic exercise, these inspired actions will serve us greatly during this time. Physical shifts: when we are in a highly active energy cycle, our body can experience any of the following: our vision sharpens. Our sense of hearing, taste, touch, and smell become more refined. We might feel a bit dizzy at times or spaced out. Our skin may feel a bit more itchy than usual, a confirmation that we are energetically shedding our old skin, and letting healthy new skin emerge. Our weight fluctuates. Our sleeping patterns change. We tend to lose track of time. However, these energy shifts might show up for you, just know that it's normal, and part of the process. A welcome change. April is going to serve as a catalyst for greater change to occur, in our individual lives and in the collective. These changes will not come from us forcing or pushing anything into being, but will evolve easily and naturally, from a place of inspiration. They will be the result of previous seeds we have planted and nurtured, that finally have the opportunity to blossom and thrive. This can apply to any area of our lives, including personal development, health, wealth, career, relationships, and more. Some of the seeds we planted a while ago we may have forgotten about. That just means we will be pleasantly surprised when we see them come back into our experience, fully blossomed. Channeling fire into gold. As mentioned, this month is going to be a hot one energetically. If we tend to be more of an emotionally reactive person, this could manifest itself as energies of anger, frustration, and resentment in the body and mind. Yet anger and resentment can be gifts in disguise. Here's how: when we feel anger, frustration, or resentment come up, rather than trying to get rid of those feelings or judge ourselves for experiencing them, we can see them as creative energies that simply need the right outlet. Anger, frustration, and resentment are just that creative energy that has not yet found a productive outlet. That energy simply needs our guidance to move in the right direction. So, the very energies that have felt uncomfortable and often painful for us in the past can now actually become energetic gold, once they are given a healthy outlet. Here are some suggestions for how we can transform the energies of anger and resentment into the energies of passion, peace, and fulfillment. Engage in physical activity and move our body. When we channel anger and resentment into a high-impact physical activity such as speed walking, dancing, cycling, or sports, any anger energy we are holding in our body starts to unlock, move through channels of release, and resolve itself. Once the body starts to feel more at ease and at peace, the mind often follows, and vice versa. Moving our body opens up a space for the mind to become more neutral towards anger, allowing the anger to shift into something more productive, such as passion and determination. Listen to what the anger and resentment are saying when these energies come up. It's often your mind's way of saying that it needs something from you. If we are in a reactive space, we are usually not fully able to hear what the mind is saying it really wants. So, the mind will look for satisfaction by wanting something outside us. It may think it wants more money, more attention from a friend or partner, more confidence, a better job, or for us to become successful or work harder. The list goes on. All these stories the mind creates are actually just its way of saying it needs something from you. At the core, your mind just wants to receive love, compassion, acceptance, and acknowledgement from you. When it receives these things, you will notice that it creates less resistance for you, and begins to feel safe enough to let your spirit or true self lead the way. When anger and resentment come up, ask your mind what it needs from you, then be willing to give it that. If you are unable to get a clear message about what your mind needs, just be a compassionate, non-judgmental presence for it, the way an unconditionally loving mother would be towards her child. This will help the mind to feel heard and acknowledged, and the anger and resentment it was using to get your attention will soften and dissolve. Channel anger, frustration, and resentment into a hobby you love. A hobby is something we do because we love it. We usually place no pressure on ourselves to make money or get something out of it, except pure enjoyment. When we channel anger and resentment into doing something we love, those energies are transformed into passion. As we pour that passion into a hobby, we become more dedicated to it, which can lead to us becoming an expert in that area. Once we become an expert at something, the next natural progression can be that our expertise meets with a high demand from others, leading to a new career and business. There are no limits to the magic we can create when we move in this direction. As we take up at least some of the above actions, the fiery energies of April can serve as the blessings we are ready to receive. They can now be channeled in a direction that feels expansive and exciting to us. A renewed strength and resilience towards mid to late April, we will notice a renewed sense of strength and resilience. We will feel bold and courageous. This will be the perfect time to address and complete any tasks that have felt challenging. The energy will be highly supportive of the highest resolutions and outcomes to occur. So, whatever the task may be, know that everything will be okay. This will also be an excellent time to begin new projects, relationships, and creative endeavors. There will be a great deal of focus on building during this time, so make sure not to lose sight of the important things in life. It's wonderful to be ambitious and to be in a creative mode. Yet that energy can be even more fulfilling and sustained when we take time out daily to enjoy the simple pleasures in life. Things like our connection to spirit, the sound of a bird singing, the calm of a peaceful lake or ocean, the awareness of how our sacred breath connects us to everything, a hug from a loved one. These are the most important things in life, and feed our soul the most. When our soul is fed completely, our energy operates at 100%. We are at peace. We are open, clear, inspired, and available for all the blessings the universe has in store for us. Overall, the energies of April will provide us with the extra boost of energy to help us elevate to the next path of our journey. Until next time, with gratitude, Emmanuel.